This month in the Doctor's Prescription for Healthy Living magazine, which you can pick up at health food stores, natural pharmacies, and natural lifestyle retailers across the nation, this month we had a great feature on raw food noni, which we called Nature's Escape from Pain. Noni is a traditional food of the South Seas Islanders, and nobody does raw food noni better than Hawaiian Health Ohana, which is the child of Steve Frailey, who is talking to us from the Garden Isle of Kauai in Hawaii. Welcome to Green Patriot Radio.
Aloha. I'm here.
You are
outside here.
Yes, and you are in the most beautiful paradise probably on earth. And you've got one of the most healthy foods. Steve, when did you begin growing noni and why?
I moved here from California over 30 years ago. I had an organic farm in California and kind of got pushed out of where I was because of pollution and stuff. And my wife and I moved to a very isolated place on Kauai where there was no roads, no water, no utilities, no house. I had to build it all. But I bought 25 acres, and noni was growing all through my valleys. And I really did not know what it was back then. Over the years, I started learning how to use it from local people and started to appreciate it and had a lot of personal experience of how it worked. And so I've been growing noni for over 30 years.
Well, it's not a particularly tasty fruit, and it's certainly a perishable fruit. So
correct.
What did you discover about noni that was so intriguing?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation. I learned from my partner, who just recently retired as an ethnobotanist. He himself had used it to heal a lot of external problems and internal problems, but using the whole fruit. A lot of people are used to noni in a juice form, and it's a misnomer. And actually, next month I'm going to a naturopath convention in Las Vegas, and I do an hour talk called Noni Fact and Fiction. And the fact is, they ate the fruit raw for 2,000 years. They never juiced noni. And if you think about it logically, they didn't have glass jars. They didn't have containers. They picked the fruit off the tree, and it's as hard as a potato, 165 compounds in it. In about 2 or 3 days, it gets ripe like a tomato, and they ate it. That's how it was used. And they use it every day as a preventative. If you take it every day, it boosts your immune system, it lowers blood sugar levels. It's 75% effective as morphine as a natural pain reliever. But they actually ate it every day to keep themselves from getting sick. Over the years, I've seen a multitude of things, and we've learned from people using our products to call us that we never even considered using it for. And that's why we even have veterinarians now using it in dogs, cats, and horses. But it's healed, and it's very extremely antibacterial, antifungal. It's high in vitamin C. But for us, the key thing was the compounds are in the pulp. And so when you juice it, they're all fermented. The fruit naturally rots and ferments in about 3 to 4 days after picking, which is the fruit destroying itself. So we do not allow it to ferment because it destroys about 50% of the compounds in the pulp when it makes an alcohol, and it destroys all the digestive enzymes. So it's a very degraded form. And it's kind of like drinking orange juice or eating a whole orange. There's more in a whole orange. There's more in a whole noni fruit than there is in just the juice. So I guess also my partner actually developed a process over 30 years ago of taking the whole fruit, removing the seeds, skin, pulp, juice, we puree, comes out like applesauce, and we dehydrate it below 115 degrees, low heat. It takes us 60 hours. And it looks like a fruit roll-up. And that you take internally, 2-year shelf life unrefrigerated, which goes back to the potency of what's in the pulp. Very antibacterial, antifungal. So over the years, we developed, from the fruit leather, we've learned how to make into lotions that we apply topically, which we can talk about, but many, many uses for it internally.